kids.
I'm so ugly.
Don't say that. You are so pretty. When you look at yourself, you supposed to say, I'm so pretty. You are so pretty. Do you hear me? You got the prettiest little dimples. You are too cute. No, you gonna make me cry. You're not ugly.
Being unattractive is so depressing because I'm not like conventionally pretty. My body is not tea. Like I just feel like I don't look good.
Ugh, this makes me so sad. And mad. Like, where have we gone so wrong? The girls that look like this are crying huge teardrops as they look at themselves in the mirror because they are so convinced that they are ugly. First of all, this girl is like the prettiest crier I've ever seen. If that were me, my eyes would be puffy and red, my nose would be streaming, heck, my skin would probably turn red just out of sympathy for my eyes. I wouldn't look half as cute as she does. This girl is so far from ugly, it's not even funny. People pay good money for the lips that she has naturally. Me. I am people. Look at her big soulful eyes, her perfect eyebrows. But the part that gets me the most with this one is the little finger flicky thing she does at the end, like all the influencers do. Like, is she upset with her appearance because she's comparing herself to them? Is that why she thinks she's ugly?
Voilà, c'est ça ce que je veux. Des jours avec du soleil et de la pluie.
Is the ugly in the room with us? Nope, still don't see it. Okay, this one made me really sad, so I'm gonna make you watch it so you feel sad too. Misery is better shared, right?
I probably don't make as much effort before I come on TikTok as some people do. This is just the way I am. I'm not big on makeup. I brush my hair and then 2 minutes later it's a mess again. And I just, don't feel pretty in any way, shape or form. I never have done. In my teenage years, the boys really put me down. The boys I liked really put me down. No one would date me.
You boys have a lot to answer for. Honestly, teenage boys can be such wankers.
Nobody's ever looked at me and called me beautiful. I've never been called beautiful before in my life by anyone. I feel like people just have to put up with me.
When you're young and when you're impressionable and you don't really know who you are or what you stand for and you haven't really had the life experience to gain that level of self-acceptance or self-confidence, comments like that from your peers can really stick with you. Hence why even now as an adult, this lady is still ruminating on those boys' comments. And it's so sad to me because this lady has, objectively speaking, like the perfect face. There's nothing wrong with it. But like she says, she doesn't bother with makeup. She doesn't bother with her hair. And I get it. From her point of view, she's probably thinking, what's the point of trying to make the most of my appearance when it's going to be a waste of time because I'm ugly anyway? I wish I could leap out of the screen and give her a hug because she has no idea how beautiful she is. And I wish I could show her. Maybe she'll see this video. She also posted this video to her TikTok with the caption, "Got to admit, I was a cute kid. I just grew uglier as I got older." No! If she thinks she was a cute kid, then by rights, she should think that she's a cute adult. Because honestly, she hasn't really changed that much. It makes me so mad when I see how society's view of women and their beauty makes genuinely lovely looking women feel inferior. But here's a really interesting thing about it. If those boys had told her that she was hot when she was younger, that she was a babe, she would have believed it, internalized it, and taken that self-perception with her through life instead of thinking that she's ugly. We tend to believe what we're told that we are. Does that make sense? Let's take Sydney Sweeney, for example. When Sydney Sweeney burst into the Hollywood scene, she was portrayed as the babe, the blonde bombshell, the hot girl. She's got the big boobs, long blonde hair, the bombshell makeup. She's portrayed as the hot girl character, and so everybody believes that Sydney Sweeney is a babe. But then she changes direction. She starts taking on roles that don't position her as the babe, as the hot girl. And instead she goes on camera with slicked back hair, no makeup. She dresses down. And suddenly everyone's like, whoa, what happened to Sydney Sweeney? Precisely nothing happened to Sydney Sweeney. This is just what she looks like. But on one hand, we're being told that she is like the blonde bombshell, every male's fantasy ever. And then on the other hand, we're being told that she's the girl next door. Nothing special. And so we believe that too. Quick pause to thank this video sponsor, Typology. This majestic piece of art is this year's Typology Advent Calendar. And I am telling you about this Advent Calendar in October for a reason. This Advent Calendar is legendary. It sells out almost immediately every single year. 24 boxes of goodies with over half of them being full-size Typology products. It's pretty impressive. We all love an Advent Calendar, right? The excitement of waking up every morning in the lead up to Christmas with a new box to open and a new surprise inside. It's so much fun. And this advent calendar boasts over $600 worth of goodies for only $279. That's less than half price for all this product. That is enough skincare to keep you going for like the rest of the year. Now, I'm not going to ruin the surprise for you and open up every single box. I am not going to show you everything you will get inside it, but I will give you a sneaky peek at some of my favorite products that I know you'll get inside. The first being the iconic Typology Glow Drops. They make me look like I've just returned from a sun-soaked holiday in the Bahamas with golden skin and a glow that I do not have naturally. But the best part is, because it's technically skincare and not makeup, it's actually working on the health of my skin while I'm wearing it. You'll also get the Typology Radiance Mask with yellow clay and organic turmeric, which is the most gentle but effective way to make your skin look like you've just had a facial. And I also know that you will get my favorite lip product, the Typology Lip Oil. My favorite color is plum purple, and this guy is constantly sold out, but it's in the advent calendar. This is the perfect gift for someone that you love. It ticks all the boxes: daily surprises, excitement, enough skincare to take care of your lips, face, and hands for like the rest of the year. Or you could be cheeky and buy it for yourself. Treat yourself. You deserve it. I am going to pop the link down below, but getting quick, guys, because this does sell out every single year, and Typology is feeling extra generous this festive season, and they're also going to gift you a Typology makeup bag and tote for free with any purchase of an advent calendar. This is a TikToker by the name of Heather Bennett, and she is convinced that she is ugly, and she's saying that she wants to learn how to do makeup so she can make herself feel prettier.
Since everybody's talking about my looks and how I'm ugly and everything, teach me how to do foundation. Teach me how to do contour, highlight. Teach me how to do that stuff, please, so I can be beautiful. I want to be pretty. I really do. I want to be pretty. But I don't know how to do makeup. So, teach me. Help me. If I'm so ugly, please. I just want to be beautiful. I want to be pretty. I know it's not going to happen. But I can't do makeup that good, and I want to be pretty. So if you got a problem with it, teach me how to do it.
Yes, learning to do your makeup to suit your face and your features absolutely will make you feel a lot better about your appearance. That's kind of the point of it. But the thing is, she is beautiful without it. And I'm not saying that in a placating way. That is one of the most irritating things, in my opinion. Everybody's beautiful. Everyone's beautiful without makeup. Girl, no. Even if that is technically true, which it is, it does not make you feel any better about yourself when you are in the throes of thinking that you are but ugly. I am not going to sugarcoat this, and I'm not going to say what everybody else says just to appease the internet whingers. I get why Heather thinks she's ugly. I do. Her bottom teeth are crooked. Her jaw is recessed. She has nasolabial folds. And her hair is greasy and stuck to her head. I was a makeup artist for about 100 years. I noticed these things. I was literally trained to essentially scrutinize people's faces so I could do their makeup better. But here's the thing about Heather and anyone who looks like Heather. Heather is not ugly. Heather, despite what she clearly believes, is actually beautiful. Here she is in another video in better lighting. Look at her eyes. Look how blue they are. Like, those are piercing blue eyes. That's the kind of eyes that get written about in romance books. Look at her perfect eyebrows. I would pay to have eyebrows like that naturally. Look at her long eyelashes. And look at her top teeth. The girl's got no veneers, and yet her top teeth are literally perfect. Yes, I know the bottom ones are crooked, but what of it? Like, that's a cute quirk. I like that. And it makes it kind of interesting that the top ones are straight and the bottom ones are crooked. Okay, yes, I admit she doesn't exactly have the sharp, structured jawline that we're told that we need to have if we want to be any semblance of pretty in this day and age. But that's not actually a flaw in her appearance. That's a dental issue, possibly caused by mouth breathing when she was a child, or improper development of the lower jawline, maybe from thumb sucking. Either way, that is just one part of her appearance and does not reflect her beauty or worth as a person. If anything, I feel like it kind of adds to her beauty, because it's like, how boring would a face be if every single feature on it was picture perfect? There's nothing interesting about that. Nothing memorable about that. In my humble opinion, what creates beauty is like that contrast. It's like you're not really sure if they're pretty. You're not really sure if they're ugly. They could be ugly. They could be pretty. You don't really know. And that's what makes them interesting to look at. The thing is, it is so much easier to focus on our flaws and the parts of our appearance that we don't like than to acknowledge the parts that we do like. Isn't that messed up? I saw a lot of people trying to make Heather feel better about herself and commenting that she looks like the American actress Shelley Duvall, and she does. They have very similar features, don't they? And yet the interesting thing to note is that one of these women carried herself like she knew she was a babe. She knew she was the prize. And the other woman is convinced that she's ugly.
See, it's comments like that. Like this. That hurt.
Oh, this girl is so pretty and she doesn't even realize it. And I get it. When you have a sneaking suspicion that you might be ugly, and then you get other people backing you up on that theory, in this case it's internet wankers telling her that she's ugly, you absolutely would start to believe that. And when you believe that you are inherently ugly and it doesn't matter what you do, there's nothing you can do about it, you stop looking after your appearance, you don't wash your hair, you don't look after your skin, you don't eat well, you don't exercise, you don't dress nicely, you don't bother with makeup, because what's the point? And the thing is, we can deny it all we want, but the truth is, when you have clean hair, when you've styled it in a way that you think flatters you, when you have a little bit of makeup on, when you've dressed in a way that makes you feel good about yourself, you do feel good about yourself.
Hair done by my cousin, makeup done by me. So how do I look, everybody?
And then there's the hugely popular Pilates TikToker, Wellness by Nora, who was so bullied by randoms online that she felt compelled to make a bunch of videos letting them know that she knows that she's ugly.
Okay, I get it. I'm ugly. I know this. I've been called ugly for my entire life. A lot of you have pointed this out, and the truth is, you're right. I've just been alone for so long that I just kind of accepted that that's the way it would always be. That's fine. I'll never be everybody's cup of tea. Yes, I know that I don't fit the beauty standard most people are desiring. You don't need to tell me that. I've known that for my entire life.
This woman is not ugly. This is what pisses me off about the beauty standards. Blah, blah, blah. Beauty standards, blah, blah, blah. I know, we've heard it 1,000 times. Let me reframe them. Let's not call them beauty standards. Let's acknowledge them for what they are. A bunch of rules that govern what we, as sovereign human females, are supposed to look like, to suit someone else's fantasy of what beauty is, not taking into account the fact that we're all individuals with different genetics, different heritages, different ethnicities, and yet we're all meant to look the same. And this is why so many women find themselves getting the same treatments as everybody else, hence why so many women are all starting to morph into slightly different versions of the same bloody person.
Isn't it crazy? I found it wild to see. Look at all of these girls and how they all resemble each other. It's trends in plastic surgery, it's trends in beauty, and everyone's kind of taking away from their own natural beauty and trying to be something else. This is what they looked like before. Here, everybody has more of their own look. This is before they went into plastic surgery, but I think it's crazy to see how we all are starting to resemble each other with the high beauty trends that women are expected to follow.
And why, objectively speaking, beautiful women like Nora here are convinced that she must be ugly because she doesn't look like this girl who does fit our beauty rules. Okay, Nora doesn't fit the beauty rules. Fine, let her be a rebel. I'd rather be a rebel than follow somebody else's rules anyway. Look at this woman's beautiful golden hair. Like, she literally reminds me of a Disney princess. She's got beautiful soft features, bright blue eyes. If this woman had been born a few hundred years ago and not in the 80s or 90s, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but that's what I am estimating, and she would have been the peak femme fatale standard of beauty. Then there's this girl who believes that she is so ugly that she snuck onto Earth because she thinks she doesn't belong here with the way she looks.
I don't know if any other ugly women can relate to this experience, or ugly people in general, but my entire life, ever since I've been old enough to be aware of the way that I look and my appearance in relation to others, I have felt inhuman. I have felt less than human. I have felt like something that has snuck onto Earth, and I've never known how to make that feeling go away because it is so inherent to who I am that I don't think it's possible for me to feel any other way than this.
Excuse me, lady, but I feel personally offended on behalf of your face that you think you're ugly. Like, this girl literally looks like a 1950s pinup model come to life. She looks a little bit like Gemma Ward. And if you guys don't know who Gemma Ward is, she is a supermodel. So here's one woman with a self-perception that she's so ugly that she must have snuck onto Earth. And then another similar looking woman is literally cast as a supermodel and makes money because she's so pretty. Girls, these beauty standards have got our self-perception so messed up. Now, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that you might already know, but maybe you don't believe. Come closer. closer. All those girls that you think are unbelievably flawless, so beautiful that you could never measure up to them. You could never be as pretty as them. Those influencers and celebrities and models and TikTok girlies that you compare yourself to, they aren't half as perfect as you think they are in real life. Sounds harsh, but let me show you what I mean. Let's start with me. This is me with my makeup done, sitting in front of my ring light. I'm about a meter away from you guys. But this is my skin outside in the harsh light of day. And as you can see, I have skin texture. I have enlarged pores. I have fine lines. My skin is rebellious by nature. It kind of does what it wants regardless of what I want it to do or how I want it to look. I am not a walking, talking, flawless Instagram filter in real life, and neither is anyone else. Look at Kendall Jenner. I feel like so many people think that she is the epitome of facial perfection, and honestly, I get why. She is literally a supermodel. She is paid to be pretty. And she is stunning. But here she is in real life, away from the pretty studio lights and airbrush filters. She's just an ordinary girl. She doesn't have perfect skin. She gets acne. She overdraws her lips even more than I do, and that's saying something. She has eye bags and skin texture, and bear in mind, in this image, she has professionally done makeup in red carpet lighting. That is designed to be flattering. The harsh truth of it is, perfection doesn't exist when you're a mere mortal. Sorry to destroy the illusion. Hailey Baldwin, she is celebrated as being the epitome of natural perfection, no flaws, no tweakments, and I can see why. The girl is gorgeous looking, perfect skin, big smile, great eyebrows. But if we're looking at Hailey through the lens of the beauty standards, she's not perfect. Her nose from the side has a dorsal hump, very anti-beauty standard. It also slopes slightly to the right, and one of her nostrils is smaller than the other. Hailey also doesn't have a perfectly symmetrical face. I know, because I was scrutinizing her. If you look at Hailey's Instagram, you might begin to notice a little pattern. In every picture, she's facing this way. Sometimes whoever is in control of Hailey's Instagram will flip the image so it looks like she poses on both sides, but she doesn't. And you can tell because of those two little freckles. But why? Well, because the right-hand side of her face is ever so slightly lower than the other. This is the kind of thing that nobody else would notice except Hailey, because we are all our own worst critics, and we all notice flaws in ourselves that other people wouldn't even notice. So I'm going to leave this video here, guys, but I'm hoping that I have restored your faith in yourself and your appearance, because nobody wants to go through life feeling like they are a troll physically. In my early years of high school, I legit thought I was the ugliest girl that I had ever seen. Like, I hated looking in the mirror. I was miserable because your appearance has that much of an effect on how you view yourself, not just physically, but mentally as well. Like, it can crush your self-esteem, ruin your mental health, and make your life a misery if you think you're ugly. And it pains me to see that so many objectively beautiful women genuinely feel like they are ugly. All right, my darlings, if you have made it to the end of this video, you probably know what's coming. If you go to my Instagram, this is she, at _Stephanie Lange _ because plain old Stephanie Lange was taken, and you leave a comment on any of my most recent pictures just so I can see it. I'll choose one of you at random and send you the package. And I do this on every video, so hopefully by the end of the year, or by the end of next year, everybody will have gotten a package. Have your guts, my loves, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.